Hi everyone and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you're not having a fantastic day, then listen to some music with remixed Islamic scripture. Just kidding, don't do it. It's very offensive. It hurts people's feelings. The glorious, strong Muslim community is very offended if you use Allah's words or Muhammad's words for entertainment and dance to it in your underwear. As an avid follower of Rihanna, fashion, pop music, and underwear, I too recently watched Rihanna's underwear fashion show called Savage X Fenty. Just kidding, I don't care about any of those things. Except underwear. I love underwear. In her recent fashion show, Rihanna caused outrage, massive anger among Muslims, which is not a hard thing to do, to be honest. No offense, dear Muslims. Sure, no offense. But Muslims are often very easily very offended by the most simple, the most unimportant things in the world. In fact, I can already see many Muslims be very offended by the fact that I said Muslims are easily very offended. In her fashion show, there was a part where a song called Doom started playing, while these very remarkable figures were making meaningful movements that should inspire future generations to battle social issues and global warming. Just kidding. These weird-looking dancers were dancing meaninglessly in a dystopian setting as a song named Doom was playing, which contained bits of samples of an Islamic hadith. Hadiths are very sacred in Islam, and playing them in form of music, while half-naked models are dancing around and presenting underwear, is of course terribly disgusting and offensive. It caused outrage among Muslims, almost as much outrage as the Islamic death penalty for apostates and gay people, the persecution of Christians and other minorities, and the constant mistreatment and killing of women in the Muslim world. Just kidding, Muslims don't give a f about those issues. This incident was considered particularly offensive because the words used in this song were taken from the recitation of a hadith, narrations about Muhammad. And in this particular hadith, Muhammad talks about the signs of the coming judgment day. The hadith is in Sahih Bukhari, which is equal or second to the Quran. And in there, Muhammad says, "The hour will not be established until religious knowledge will be taken away by the death of religious learned men. Earthquakes will be very frequent, time will pass quickly, afflictions will appear, murders will increase, and money will overflow amongst you." It's of course so offensive that this was used for entertainment. It is kind of funny that this is about the end times though, and the song is called Doom. What probably happened is that the producer of this song, Cuckoo Chloe, was looking for samples related to Doom, and she came across this, which someone else made, and she didn't really know what it is about. It just sounds cool. Cuckoo had probably no idea what she was doing, which is why she quickly apologized and announced that the song will be removed, which I find very offensive. Please, Cuckoo, apologize to me right now and reinstate the song immediately, because my feelings are really hurt. After Muslims loudly complained on Twitter and shed hundreds of tears through thousands of tweets with tens of thousands of likes about how Rihanna has hurt everyone's feelings by offending the holy religion of Islam, Rihanna also apologized on her Instagram profile for this great offense that is comparable only to a genocide, and said, "I would like to thank the Muslim community for pointing out a huge oversight that was unintentionally offensive in our Savage X Fenty show. I would, more importantly, like to apologize to you for this honest yet careless mistake. We understand that we have hurt many of our Muslim brothers and sisters, and I'm incredibly disheartened by this. I do not play with any kind of disrespect toward God or any religion, and therefore the use of the song in our project was completely irresponsible. Moving forward, we will make sure nothing like this ever happens again. Thank you for your forgiveness and understanding." I applaud her for this savage apology to people whose religious feelings she hurt so deeply. Which is rather funny because if you scroll a little bit down on the Savage X Fenty Instagram page, you can see how she teased her fashion show by proudly declaring savage content, shocking content, loud content, bold content, and unapologetic content. May contain 0 Fs, savage, not sorry, period. Yeah, sure. Apparently, Rihanna is not so savage after all. I find this so hypocritical and so pathetic. Of course, Rihanna and others like her need to apologize to Muslims immediately if they have caused offense by doing nothing offensive, because they care about popularity and money. Although, Muslims are not going to buy Savage X Fenty. But apologizing to Muslims is very important if you are in America and you consider Muslims a minority that you need to treat like babies. How often do we see that celebrities apologize to Christians for using Christianity for entertainment and ridicule, or for causing unintentional offense, which happens all the time, literally every day in pop culture? But then again, how often do we see Christians collectively complain about such non-issues because their poor religious feelings have been hurt? Did Rihanna apologize to Catholics for this here, for example? Let's get back to what Muslims are actually offended about, because Muslims should be more offended by the fact that they are to actually believe in this hadith than they are by the fact that Rihanna uses this for her underwear show. I know, I keep saying underwear deliberately because it sounds better than lingerie. Lingerie. According to this hadith, Muhammad prophesies the end times, and he announces that religious knowledge will be taken away by the death of religious men, which makes little sense because religious people die all the time, and new ones are born. Is religious knowledge disappearing by knowledgeable people dying for 1,400 years? How does that make any sense? This is nonsense. Muhammad was probably prophesying that the end is very soon, which is why the death of knowledgeable people mattered to the decline of their religious knowledge in society, because the knowledgeable people were the bearers of the knowledge. Whereas nowadays we have books and the internet and everything. Secondly, he talks about how earthquakes will be frequent. Have earthquakes increased over time? Available science does not record an increase over history in earthquakes. We only report more earthquakes today because we can report them better. And they matter more because more humans live in more places, which means more people are actually affected and witness an earthquake. Time will pass quickly. That is something that people say all the time, isn't it? Because as we get older, it feels like time passes faster. But time doesn't actually pass faster. It can be explained that we grow older and our responsibilities grow, and our anxieties throughout the day change our perception of time. It can also be scientifically explained, apparently, by the change of our neurotransmitters, of dopamine, for example, which also changes our perception of time. Time is not really changing, it just feels like it is changing to everybody, in every generation ever. But of course, Muhammad couldn't have known that. Afflictions will appear. What a fantastic prophecy. Hey, in the future there will be suffering. Look, I'm a prophet. Because who could have known that but a prophet? Follow me, I will make you happy. Murders will increase. Although as we get older and life seems more serious and dark, and it looks like things are just getting worse, murder rates have actually decreased over the millennium. And money will overflow amongst you. This is not true and will never be true. And the Muslim population in the world is definitely not overflown by money. I'm sure the average person in a Muslim country whose wealth and well-being is not great would rather agree with me on this. So there you have it. This hadith, about which Muslims are offended because it is being used for entertainment, is bullshit. Just like many other prophecies of Muhammad, in which he, for example, prophesied that the end would come within 100 years, or that a child who was in his presence would not grow very old until he witnessed the last hour. I'm sure that child just didn't grow. He's still hiding somewhere in Arabia in a cave. We'll find him one day. It's gonna be a miracle. Because how could Muhammad possibly be wrong? It is no surprise that Muslims are so easily offended about Islamic scripture. When your beliefs don't have a solid foundation, then it is no surprise that you get so anxious about them. But hey, one more thing. The vast majority of those people who were offended by Rihanna using a hadith have probably never actually read a significant part of the Quran, have not studied and understood hadith at all. Many of them probably don't even know what a hadith is, and are not big in practicing their Islamic religion devoutly. It is pure attention-seeking and sensitivity over nothing. It is one of those moments where Muslims can finally come out and do something for their religion, which they usually don't care about and don't study. Do something by complaining about some underwear show. Last year, people were even outraged about an offense that didn't even exist. They were mad because Nike made these Air Max shoes, and the logo, if turned around, resembles a form of writing Allah in Arabic. Nike has produced the Nike Air Max 270 shoe with the script logo on the sole, resembling the word Allah in Arabic, which will surely be trampled, kicked, and become soiled with mud or even filth. Imagine being worried about something so stupid. It is outrageous and appalling of Nike to allow the name of God on a shoe. This is disrespectful and extremely offensive to Muslims and insulting to Islam. Islam teaches compassion, kindness, and fairness toward all. Except if you explicitly reject Islam, or propagate your own religion in Muslim lands, or leave Islam, or you don't wear the proper hijab, or you're gay. Then Islam will punish you. But it's alright. That's all. Thanks for watching. I'll get back to watching underwear shows, which are very important to the future of humanity. I will see you soon. Oh, if you like my work, please leave a like and consider supporting my efforts on Patreon so that I can talk more about underwear and similarly important things. The link is below in the description. Thank you all so much. Have a good day and stay away from Islam. Have a good day and stay away from Islam. Have a good day and stay away from Islam. Have a good day and stay away from Islam. Mate.